pandemic's made it a bit easier for me to understand how the small role that I play within an institution like the central bank fits into this broader picture of policymakers understanding the whole of the Australian economy or even the global economy. And so I found that really motivating and inspiring to understand how I can help with that.
I think particularly recently with the pandemic, a lot of these questions have been quite new, quite different. They're often quite specific. We used to think about what's the financial health of businesses right now? What kind of shocks might they experience that would lead them to struggle? But right now, it's been more questions around, we've had a lockdown. How does that affect a business? And that's quite new. And being able to get to the bottom of those questions using data, often you have to be quite creative as well in the way you solve these problems and answer these questions. That's been really rewarding over the past 2 years or so.
A lot of our work is looking at data. I think data is super interesting because it sort of like tells a story. So there's a bunch of numbers and then you get to look at them, and then from that you can sort of infer what's going on in the world around you. So one of the impacts of the pandemic is throwing up a lot of interesting data that we haven't really seen before. So things like shutting down the economy or moving to social distances and restrictions changed a lot of data series. And so it is really interesting to see those sort of impacts coming through in the numbers.
It's definitely an exciting time to be an economist right now, and especially in monetary policy, when there are heaps of kind of unconventional tools we haven't used in Australia before being used. It's been a really good learning curve. And also just seeing how things develop around the world. There are some really cool economic stories going on that you get to follow and report on and do work on.